Chapter 5 Morphology of Flowering Plants. In the majority dicot, the direct elongation of dash leads to the formation of primary or secondary root. Direct elongation of radical leads to the formation of primary root. Radical, primary. Radical, primary. Identify the types of roots shown in diagram 1 A, B, C and label X and Y. A is taproot and B is fibrous root. C is adventitious, X is main root, Y is laterals. Taproot, fibrous root, adventitious, main root, laterals. Tap, fibrous, adventitious, main root, laterals. Name the three root systems. Taproot system, fibrous, adventitious. Tap, fibrous, adventitious. Tap, fibrous, adventitious. Taproot system example: mustard, mustard, mustard. In dash, primary root is short-lived and is replaced by a large number of roots that are originate from the base of the stem or dash roots. In monocots, primary root is short-lived and is replaced by a large number of roots that originate from the base of stem, fibrous roots. Fibrous roots originate from a part of the plant other than the radicle. True or false? False. 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 Example of fibrous roots: wheat, wheat, wheat. Adventitious root definition: arise from part of the plant other than radicle. Arise from part of the plant other than the radicle. Arise from part of the plant other than the radicle. Adventitious root example: banyan tree, grass, monstera. Banyan tree, grass, monstera. Banyan tree, grass, monstera. Functions of roots are absorption of water and minerals, providing proper anchorage, storing reserve food material, synthesis of plant growth are regulated. Absorption of water and minerals, providing proper anchorage, storing reserve food material, synthesis of plant growth regulator. Absorption of water and minerals, providing proper anchorage, storing reserve food material, synthesis of plant growth regulator. Identify the regions of the root tip shown in diagram 2. Diagram 2A is region of maturation and B is region of elongation and C is region of meristematic activity. D is root cap and E is root hair. A is region of maturation, B is region of elongation, C is region of meristematic activity, D is root cap and E is root hair. A is region of maturation, B is region of elongation, C is region of meristematic activity, D is root cap and E is root hair. Thimble-like structure covering the root apex is called root cap. Root cap. Root cap. Function of the root cap: protect the tender apex of the root. Protect the tender apex of the root. Protect the tender apex of the root. Cells of the region of meristematic activity are very big. False. Small. False. Small. False. Small. They have thin walls and dense protoplasm. True. 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 Zone responsible for the growth of the root in length is zone of elongation. Zone of elongation. Zone of elongation. Root hair is formed by epidermal cells of dash region. Zone of maturation. Zone of maturation. Zone of maturation. Taproot of dash dash and adventitious root of dash store food. Taproot of carrot, turnip and adventitious root of sweet potato store food. Carrot, turnip of taproot and adventitious root of sweet potato. Taproot of carrot and turnip, adventitious root of sweet potato store food. Hanging structures supporting the banyan tree are called prop root. Prop root. Prop root. Still root example: maize, sugarcane. Maize, sugarcane. Maize, sugarcane. Stilt roots arise from lower nodes of the stem. True. 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 Tomatophores are present in Rhizophora. 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 Function of tomatophores: oxygen. 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 In some plants growing in dash areas, roots come out of the ground and grow horizontally or vertically. Swampy vertically. Swampy vertically. Swampy vertically. Identify the modification of the root shown in diagram 3A and B. Diagram 3A, root modified for storage in asparagus. B, Motophorin rhizophora. A, root modified for storage in asparagus. B, Motophorin rhizophora. A, root modified for storage in asparagus, and B, Motophorin rhizophora. The stem. The stem develops from dash of the embryo. Plumule. 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 The region of the stem where leaves are born is called node. 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 The portion between the two nodes is called internode. 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 Types of buds that are stem bearers are terminal and axillary bud. Terminal and axillary bud. Terminal and axillary bud. The stem conducts water, minerals, and photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. True. 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 Identify the function A, B, C, and D and of the modification of stem and its example W, X, Y, and Z shown in diagram 4. Diagram 4, A is storage. A is storage. W Zamin Kandu, and B is support. X auxiliary support. B is support and auxiliary. X is auxiliary bud modified into a tendril in grounds and in gourds and grapevines. C is production. Y is stem modified into spine in bougainvillea. D is spread, and Z roots arising from nodes in oxalis. Roots arising from nodes in oxalis. Roots arising from nodes in oxalis. A is storage, W Zamin Kandu. A is storage, W Zamin Kandu. B is support. X auxiliary bud modified into a tendril. X is auxiliary bud modified into a tendril in gourds and grapevines, and C is protection, and Y stem modified into spine in bougainvillea. Stem modified into spine in bougainvillea. Protection. Function is protection. And D is spread. Function of D is spread. Roots arising from nodes in oxalis. Roots arising from nodes in oxalis. Example of stem modified to store food. Underground stem. Potato, ginger, turmeric, Jamaican, colocasia. Potato, ginger, turmeric, Jamaican, colocasia. Potato, ginger, turmeric, Jamaican, colocasia. They also act as an organ of pollination to tide over unfavorable conditions. True. 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 Stem tendrils develop from buds, dash buds, axillary buds. Stem tendrils develop from dash buds, axillary. Stem tendrils example: gourds, cucumber, pumpkins, watermelon, and grapevines. Gourds, cucumber, pumpkins, watermelon, and grapevines. Gourds, cucumber, pumpkins, watermelon, and grapevines. Axillary bud modifies into thorns in citrus, bougainvillea. Citrus, bougainvillea. Citrus, bougainvillea. Thorns are woody, straight, and pointed. True. 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 Some plants of arid regions modify their stem to flattened stem. Example: dash or fleshy cylindrical stem. Example: Opuntia euphorbia. Opuntia euphorbia. Opuntia euphorbia. Such structures are called phylloclad. 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 Subaerial stems. Example: offset sucker runner stolons. Offset sucker runner stolons. Offset sucker runner stolons. Subaerial stems. These are water runners. Prostrate branched with long internodes, spread to new niches when older parts die. Prostate branched with long internodes, spread to new niches when older parts die. Prostate branched with long internodes, spread to new niches when older part dies. Runner's example: strawberry and grass, strawberry and grass, strawberry and grass. What are stolons? Slender lateral branch arises from the base of the main axis and after growing aerially for some time arc downwards to touch the ground. Slender lateral branch arises from the base of the main axis and after growing aerially for some time arc downwards to touch the ground. Slender lateral branch arises from the base of the main axis and after growing aerially for some time arc downwards to touch the ground. Stolon's example: mint and jasmine, mint and jasmine, mint and jasmine. What are offsets? A lateral branch with short internodes and each node bearing a rosette of leaves and a tuft of fruits. A lateral branch with short internodes and each node bearing a rosette of leaves and a tuft of fruits. A lateral branch with short internodes and each node bearing a rosette of leaves and a tuft of fruits. Offsets example: Pistia eichhornia, Pistia eichhornia, Pistia eichhornia. What are suckers? Lateral branches are originate from the basal and ground portion and underground portion of the stem, grow horizontally beneath the soil, then come out obliquely upward, giving rise to leafy shoots. Laterally, lateral branches originate from the basal and underground portion of the stem, grow horizontally beneath the soil, then come out obliquely upward, giving rise to leafy shoots. Lateral branches originate from the basal and underground portion of the stem, grow horizontally beneath the soil, then come out obliquely upward, giving rise to leafy shoots. Success example: pineapple, chrysanthemum, banana, pineapple, chrysanthemum, banana, pineapple, chrysanthemum, banana. Pitcher plant, Venus flytrap are also examples of modified stem. False. They are an example of modified leaf. False. They are an example of modified leaf. False. They are an example of modified leaf. The leaf develops at a dash and bears a dash in its axil. Leaf develops at node and bears a bud in its axil. Node bud. Node bud. Dash bud later develops into a branch. Axillary bud develops into a branch. Axillary. Leaves are arranged in a basipetal manner. False. Acropetal manner. False. Acropetal manner. False. Acropetal manner. Leaves originate from shoot apical meristem. True. 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 Most important vegetative organs of for photosynthesis: leaves, leaves, leaves. Identify the parts of leaf shown in diagram 5. A diagram 5: A is lamina, B stipule, C petiole, D leaf base, A E axillary bud. A lamina, B stipule, C petiole, D leaf base, E axillary bud. A lamina, B stipule, C petiole, D leaf base, E axillary bud. Parts of leaf bases. Parts of leaf is leaf base, petiole, and lamina. Leaf base, petiole, and lamina. Leaf base, petiole, and lamina. Leaf is attached to stem by a leaf base. Leaf base. Leaf base. Dash may bear two small leaf-like structures called leaf base stipules. Leaf base stipules. Leaf base stipules. In monocot or dicot, the leaf base expands into a sheath covering the stem partially or wholly. Monocots. 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 In some dash plants, the leaf base may become swollen, which is called leguminous. In leguminous plants, the leaf base may become swollen, which is called pulvinous. Leguminous, pulvinous. Leguminous, pulvinous. Dash help hold the blade to light. Petiole, petiole, petiole. Petiole is long, thick, and flexible. False. It is thin, not thick. False. It is thin, not thick. False. It is thin, not thick. Lamina is also called leaf blade. Leaf blade. Leaf blade. The middle prominent vein in the lamina is called midrib. 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 Veins provide fluidity to the leaf blade. False rigidity. False rigidity. False rigidity. Dash venation is seen in monocot and dash venation is seen in dicot. Parallel venation is seen in monocot and reticular venation is seen in dicot. Parallel and reticulate. Parallel in monocot and reticulate in dicot. Identify the type of compound leaves shown in diagram 6. Label X. 6A is pinnately compound leaf and B is palmately compound leaf. X is rachis. Rachis. A is pinnately compound leaf and B is palmately compound leaf. Palmately compound leaf வந்து எப்படி இருக்கும்னா இப்படி தான் இருக்கும். palmately compound leaf. palmately compound leaf வந்து இப்படி இருக்கும். X வந்து rachis. pinnately A வந்து pinnately compound leaf, B palmately compound leaf and X is rachis. எக்ஸ்னா அந்த மிடில் இருக்க அந்த ரிப்பு பயிர் வந்து ராக்சிஸ்ன்னு சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். த லேமினா இஸ் இன்சைஸ்ட் பட் டசன்ட் டச் த மிடில். த லீஃப் இஸ் சிம்பிள் ஆர் காம்பவுண்ட். சிம்பிள். 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 How to differentiate between simple leaf and compound leaflet? Bud is present in the axil of leaf but not leaflet. Bud is present in the axil of leaf but not leaflet. Bud is present in the axil of leaf but not leaflet. Write the types of compound leaf 2 with one example of each. Pinnate, neem, palmate, silk cotton. Pinnate, neem, palmate, silk cotton. Pinnate, neem, palmate, silk cotton. In pinnately compound leaf, the leaflets are present in a In pinnately compound leaf, the leaflets are present on a common axis called rachis. 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 In palmately compound leaf, the leaflets are attached at tip of petiole. Tip of petiole. Tip of petiole. Identify the different types of phyllotaxy A, B, C and their examples. X and Y shown in diagram 7. Diagram 7. A is alternate, B is opposite, C is hold, X is on the X is in China rose, Y Goa and Z Alstonia. Alternate we can see in China rose, opposite in Goa, hold in Alstonia. Alternate in China rose, opposite in Goa and hold in Alstonia. Types of phyllotaxy: alternate, opposite, hold. Alternate, opposite, hold. Alternate, opposite, hold. Number of leaves arising from each node in alternate phyllotaxy and its example. 1. Mustard, sunflower, China rose. 1. Mustard, sunflower, China rose. 1. Mustard, sunflower, China rose. Number of leaves arising from each node in opposite phyllotaxy and its example. 2. Guava and calotropis. 2. Guava and calotropis. 2. Guava and calotropis. Number of leaves arising from each node in whole phyllotaxy and its example. Greater than 2 in Alstonia and Nerium. Greater than 2 Alstonia and Nerium. Greater than 2 Alstonia, Nerium. Leaf tendrils example: peas, sweet peas. Peas, sweet peas. Peas, sweet peas. Leaf spine example: cactus, cactus, cactus. Leaf store food example: onion, garlic, onion, garlic, onion, garlic. In dash, leaves are small and short-lived. Australian acacia, Australian acacia, Australian acacia. In Australian acacia, dash expand, become green synthesis food called as petiole phyllodes. Petiole phyllodes. Petiole, phyllodes. Insectivorous plants with modified leaves. Pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. Pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. Pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. Identify the modification of leaves A, B, C and its example X, Y, Z shown in diagram 8. Diagram 8. A. Support tendril. B is protection spines and C storage fleshy leaves. X, that is P, Y cactus, Z onion. X, P, Y cactus and Z onion. X is P and Y cactus and Z is onion. The inflorescence. Identify the types of inflorescence shown in diagram 9. Diagram 9. A is cymose inflorescence and B is racemose inflorescence. A is cymose inflorescence and B is racemose inflorescence. Cymose, racemose. Dash meristem change to floral meristem to make a flower. Shoot apical meristem. Shoot apical meristem. Shoot apical meristem. While making a flower, internodes don't elongate and axis condenses. True. 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 When a shoot tip transforms into a flower, it is always solitary. True. 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 The arrangement of flower on floral axis is termed as inflorescence. 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 In racemose, flowers are arranged precipitally. False in acrobatical order. False in acrobatical order. False in acrobatical order. The flower. Reproductive unit of angiosperm is flower. 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 Swollen end of pedicel is called thalamus and receptacle. Thalamus and receptacle. Thalamus and receptacle. Accessory holes are calyx and corolla. Calyx and corolla. Calyx and corolla. In dash, the calyx and corolla are not distinct, hence called. In lily, calyx and corolla are not distinct and this is called perianth. Lily, perianth. Lily, perianth. When both androecium and gynoecium is present in a flower, it is called bisexual or unisexual. Bisexual. 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 Actinomorphic means radial. 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 Bilateral symmetry means zygomorphic. 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 Actinomorphic example mustard, datura, chili. Mustard, datura, chili. Mustard, datura, chili. Chili. Mustard, datura and chili. Mustard, datura and chili. Mustard, datura and chili. Actinomorphic examples. Zygomorphic example P. gulmohar, bean, cassia. P. gulmohar, bean, cassia. P. gulmohar, bean, cassia. Asymmetric example kanna. 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 Water bracts. Reduced leaf found at the base of the pedicel. Reduced leaf found at the base of the pedicle. Reduced leaf found at the base of the pedicle. Plants without bracts is called abractate. False. Ebractate. False. Ebractate. False. Ebractate. Ovaries are classified as hypo, epi, and perigynous ovaries. False. Flowers are classified, not ovaries. False. Flowers are classified, not ovaries. False. Flowers are classified, not ovaries. Flowers are classified as hypo, epi, peri. On which base? On which basis? Position of calyx, corolla, and androecium in respect of the ovary. Position of calyx, corolla, and androecium in respect of the ovary. Position of calyx, corolla, and androecium in respect of the ovary. Hypogynous flowers have inferior ovary. False. Superior ovary. False. Superior ovary. False. Superior ovary. Hypogynous flower example mustard, china rose, and brinjal. Mustard, China rose, and brinjal. Mustard, China rose, and brinjal. Perigenous example: plum, peach, rose. Plum, peach, rose. Plum, peach, rose. Epigenous example: flowers of guava and cucumber, ray florets of sunflower. Flowers of guava and cucumber, ray florets of sunflower. Flowers of guava and cucumber, ray florets of sunflower. Identify the types of flowers shown in diagram 10 A, B, and C and D. A is hypogonous, B is perigonous, C is epigonous, and D is diagram 10 A is hypogonous, B is perigonous, and C is also perigonous. B and C perigonous, D is epigonous. C is also perigonous. Perigonous. Hypogonous, perigonous, and epigonous. Hypo, peri, and epigonous. Pots of flower. Identify the pots of flower shown in diagram 11. A is androecium, A androecium, B gynoecium, C corolla, D calyx, E pedicel. Androecium, gynoecium, corolla, calyx, pedicel. Androecium, gynoecium, corolla, calyx, pedicel. Androecium, gynoecium, corolla, calyx, pedicel. Outermost whole of flower is sepals. 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 Function of sepals is protect the flower in bud stage. Protect the flower in bud stage. Protect the flower in bud stage. Types of calyx: gamosepalous and polysepalous. Gamosepalous and polysepalous. Gamosepalous and polysepalous. Gamosepalous means fused calyx. True. 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 Petals are brightly colored to attract insects. True. 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 Corolla shapes: tubular cell funnel wheel. Tubular cell funnel wheel. Tubular cell funnel wheel. Identify the types of vestigation in corolla shown in diagram 12. A is valvate, B twisted, C imbricate, D vexillary. Valvate, twisted, imbricate, vexillary. Valvate, twisted, imbricate, vexillary. Name the 4 types of vestigation. Valvate, twisted, imbricate, vexillary. Valvate, twisted, imbricate, vexillary. Valvate, twisted, imbricate, vexillary. Valvate example: calotropis. 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 Imbricate example: cassia, gulmohar. Cassia, gulmohar. Cassia, gulmohar. Twisted example: China rose, lady's finger, cotton. China rose, lady finger, cotton. China rose, lady finger, cotton. Vexillary example: pea and bean flowers. Pea and bean flowers. Pea and bean flowers. Margins overlap each other but not in any particular direction. Imbricate, twisted have direction of overlapping. This is imbricate one, and twisted one have direction of overlapping. Imbricate, twisted have direction of overlapping. Tell how many types of petals are present in vexillary flower and their names. 3 standard wings keel. 3 standard wings keel. 3 standard wings and keel. Total number of petals in vexillary aestivation is 5. 5. 5. Define valvate aestivation. When sepals or petals in a hole just touch one another at the margin without overlapping. When sepals and petals in a hole just touch one another at the margin without overlapping. When sepals or petals in a hole just touch one another at the margin without overlapping. That is also called papilionaceous. Vexillary. 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 Anther are usually bilobed or tetralobed. Bilobed. 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 Sterile stamen is called staminode. 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 When stamens are attached to petals, they are called dash. Example: epipetalous, example brinjal. Epipetalous, example brinjal. Epipetalous, example brinjal. Stamens attached to perianth called epiphyllus, example lily. Epiphyllus, example lily. Epiphyllus, example lily. When each stamen remains free, it is called polyadelphous. False. Polyandrous. False. Polyandrous. False. Polyandrous. Monodelphous meaning and example. Stamens in one bundle, generose. Stamens in one bundle, generose. Stamens in one bundle, example generose. Diadelphous, example P. 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 Polyadelphous. Polyadelphous, example citrus. 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 Variation in length of filament is seen in salvia and mustard. Salvia and mustard. Salvia and mustard. Dash is the receptive surface for pollen grain. Stigma. 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 Ovals are attached to a cushion like placenta. 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 Apocarpus meaning and example. Carpels are free, example lotus and rose. Carpels are free, example lotus and rose. Carpels are free, example lotus and rose. Syncarpus meaning and example 2. Carpels are fused, example mustard and tomato. Carpels are fused, example mustard and tomato. Carpels are fused, example mustard and tomato. After fertilization, ovals develop into dash and ovary into dash. Ovals into seed and ovary into fruit. Seed, fruit, seed, fruit. What is placentation? The arrangement of ovals within the ovary. The arrangement of ovals within the ovary. The arrangement of ovals within the ovary. Identify the type of placentation shown in diagram 13. A is marginal, B is axial, C is parietal, D is free central, and E is basal. A marginal, B axial, C parietal, D free central, E basal. A marginal, B axial, C parietal, D free central, and E basal. Name all the type of placentation. Marginal, axial, parietal, free central, basal. Marginal, axial, parietal, free central, basal. Marginal, axial, parietal, free central, basal. Marginal example P. 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 Axial example China rose, tomato, lemon. China rose, tomato, lemon. China rose, tomato, lemon. Parietal example mustard and argument. Mustard and argument. Mustard and argument. Free central example dianthus and primrose. Dianthus and primrose. Dianthus and primrose. Basal example sunflower and marigold. Sunflower and marigold. Sunflower and marigold. In marginal, placenta forms a ridge along the dorsal suture of the ovary. False. In the ventral suture of the ovary. False. False. The ovals are born on this ridge, forming one or two rows. Two. In dash placentation, the ovals develop on the inner wall of the ovary or on the peripheral part. Parietal. 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 False septum is formed in parietal. 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 When placenta is axial and the ovals are attached to it in a multilocular ovary, the placentation is axial. 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 When ovals are born on central axis and septa are absent, the placentation is precentral. 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 Placenta develops at dash of ovary in sunflower. Base. 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 Usually more than one ovule is attached to the ovary in basal placentation. False. Only one single ovule is attached. False. Only one single ovule is attached. False. Only one single ovule is attached. Fruit formation without fertilization called parthenocarpy. 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 Identify the parts of a fruit shown in diagram 14. Diagram 14. X is mango, A epicarp, B mesocarp, C seed, D endocarp, and Y is coconut, A is mesocarp, and B is seed, and C is endocarp. Coconut. கோகோனட்டுக்கு வந்து எப்படி இருக்குன்னா, இந்த அவுட்டர் லேயர் அந்த த்ரெட்டெலாம் ஃபைபர்லாம் இருக்குதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. உள்ளே வந்து தேங்காய், இது தேங்காய் லேயர், அதுக்கு இடையில் இது வந்து இது வந்து இந்த ஓடுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. இதுதான் ஓடு, இது தேங்காய், இது தேங்காய். இதில் இது முதல்ல அவுட்டர் லேயர் ஆஃப் இந்த ஹார்ட் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸு, அதுக்குள்ளே வந்து இது தேங்காய், இது வந்து ஓடுன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். சரி, இதுதான் இந்த ஹார்ட் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸு, ஓடு, இது அந்த ஃபைபர்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். வெளியில் இருக்கிற ஃபைபர்ஸ். இதுதான் வந்து அந்த ஓட்டோட வெளிப்பக்கம் தான், வெளி லேயராக தான் வந்து மீசோகார்ப்பாக இருக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் அது உள்ளே இருக்கிறது வந்து எண்டோகார்ப்பு. அப்புறம் அந்த தேங்காய்னு சொல்கிறது வந்து சீடு. அவ்வளோதான். Fruit of 3 layers: pericarp, mesocarp, endocarp. False. Epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. False. Epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. False. Epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. பெரிகார்ப்புன்னு வந்திருக்கும், ஆனால் அது வந்து எபிகார்ப்பு. ஃப்ரூட் கன்சிஸ்ட் ஆஃப் பெரிகார்ப் அண்ட் ஸ்டீடு. பெரிகார்ப்புன்றது தான் அந்த மீசோகார்ப்பு, எபிகார்ப், மீசோகார்ப், எண்டோகார்ப் இதெல்லாம் சேர்த்து தான் பெரிகார்ப். When pericarp is dry, it differentiates into endocarp, mesocarp and epicarp. False. 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 Pericarp differentiates when it is dash and dash, fleshy and thick, fleshy and thick, fleshy and thick. Drupe example: mango, coconut, mango, coconut, mango, coconut. Drupe fruit develops from monocarpellary or polycarpellary and superior and inferior ovaries and has one or many seeds. Monocarpellary, superior 1, monocarpellary, superior 1, monocarpellary, superior 1. Epicarp or mesocarp or endocarp is fibrous in coconut. Mesocarp, mesocarp, mesocarp. Mango has edible dash carp and stony dash carp. Edible mesocarp and stony endocarp. Edible mesocarp and stony endocarp. Edible mesocarp and stony endocarp. The seed. Parts of embryo are radical embryonal axis cotyledons. Radical embryonal axis cotyledons. Radical embryonal axis cotyledons. Identify the parts of dicotyledonous seed in diagram 15. A is seed coat and B is hilum. A is seed coat and B is hilum. C is micropyle. A is seed coat, B is micropyle and C is hilum. Sorry, B is hilum and C is micropyle. B is hilum and C is micropyle. Seed coat, hilum, micropyle. And X is cotyledon, Y plumule. X cotyledon, Y plumule and Z is radical. A seed coat, B hilum, C micropyle. X is cotyledon, Y is plumule and Z is radical. Seed coat, hilum, micropyle, cotyledons, plumule and radical. Identify the parts of a monocotyledonous seed shown in diagram 16. 16. A is endosperm. A is endosperm. B is scutellum. B is scutellum. C is coleoptile and D is plumule. E is radical. F is coleorhiza. H is seed coat. G is aileron. H is seed coat and fruit wall. G is aileron layer and I is embryo. I is embryo. outermost covering of seed is called seed coat. Seed coat. Seed coat. Number of layers in seed coat: 2. 2. 2. Outer layer is dash and inner layer is dash. Outer layer is testa and inner is tegmen. Testa, tegmen. Testa, tegmen. 174. Developing seed is attached to the fruit through dash which is a scaron. Hilum, seed coat. Hilum, seed coat. Hilum, seed coat. Below hilum is a small pore called micropyle. False. Above hilum. False. Above hilum. False. Above hilum. At the end of the embryonal axis is present and dash and dash. Radical and plumule. Radical and plumule. Radical and plumule. Endospermous seed example: monocot, castor, dicot. Monocot, castor, dicot. Monocot, castor, dicot. Non-endospermic seed example: dicot, orchidis, monocot. Dicot, orchidis, monocot. Dicot, orchidis, monocot. In seeds of cereals such as dash, seed coat is fused with the fruit of maize. 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 Seed coat is membranous in maize. 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 Endosperm and embryo are separated by aleurone layer. Aleurone layer. Aleurone layer. Aleurone layer is made of protein or fat. Protein. 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 The cotyledon of monocot is called dash. Its shape is like a scutellum shield. Scutellum shield. Scutellum shield. Plumule is enclosed in dash and radical in dash. Coleoptile and coleorhiza. Coleoptile, coleorhiza. Coleoptile, coleorhiza. The position of the mother axis with respect to the flower is represented by a dash and the dash of the floral diagram. Dot on top of the floral diagram. Dot top of the floral diagram. Dot top of the floral diagram. In floral formula, BR and P stands for BR is bractate and P perianth. BR bractate, P perianth. BR bractate, P perianth. Fusion is indicated by enclosing figures within brackets. 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 Adhesion is indicated by a line drawn above the symbols of the floral parts. By a line drawn above the symbols of the floral parts. By a line drawn above the symbols of the floral parts. The feature of flower which can be shown by floral formula but not by the floral diagram is position of ovary. Position of ovary. Position of ovary. Feature shown only floral diagram but not by floral formula is estivation and placentation. Estivation and placentation. Estivation and placentation. Fabaceae was earlier known as dash, a subfamily of dash. Papilionoideae Leguminaceae. Papilionoideae Leguminaceae. Papilionoideae Leguminaceae. Dash is commonly known as the potato family. Solanaceae. 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 Monocot family in NCERT is Liliaceae. 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 Root have dash with nitrogen fixing bacteria called dash in Fabaceae. Root nodules rhizobium. Root nodules rhizobium. Root nodules rhizobium. Leaves of all the families given in NCERT are dash phyllotaxy. Alternate phyllotaxy. Alternate phyllotaxy. Alternate phyllotaxy. Family given in NCERT which is stipulate is dash Fabaceae. 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 Leaf base is fulminate in dash family. Fabaceae. 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 Family of NCERT which may have pinnate leaves present is RR. Fabaceae and Solanaceae. Fabaceae and Solanaceae. Fabaceae and Solanaceae. Stem is erector climber in Fabaceae. 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 Hairy or glabrous stem is found in Solanaceae. 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 Herbaceous rarely woody aerial erect stem is found in Solanaceae. 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 Simple rarely pinnate leaves are found in Solanaceae. 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 Palmate leaves are present in which family of NCERT? None. Both Fabaceae and Solanaceae have simple or pinnate and lily have basal simple linear floral characters. None. Both Faba and Solanaceae have simple or pinnate and Liliaceae have basal simple linear floral characters. None. Both Fabaceae and Solanaceae have simple or pinnate, and lily have basal simple linear floral characters. Identify the families A, B, C, D shown in diagram 17 and write its floral formula. This is all the floral formulas. இது அப்படியே ஞாபகம் தான் வச்சுக்கணும், வேறு வழி இல்லை. பிரசிகேசியே இந்த மாதிரி ப்ளஸ் சிம்பிள் போட்டிருப்பாங்க. ப்ளஸ்னால் ஆக்டினோமார்பிக் அண்டு பர்சன்டேஜ்னால் ஜைகோமார்பிக்கு. இந்த மாதிரி சிம்பிள் இருந்ததுன்னா இது வந்து பைசெக்ஷுவல் ஃப்ளார். K2+2னா கேலிக்ஸ் வந்து 2+2 ரெண்டும் அட்டாச்சில் இருக்கும். அண்டு கொரோலா வந்து 4 இருக்குது. ஆண்ட்ரிஷியம் வந்து 2+4 2 ஒன்றா இருக்கும், அப்புறம் 4 தனியாக ஒன்றா இருக்கும். கைனீஷியம் வந்து 2. இதில் வந்து இந்த சுப்பீரியர் ஓவரி இன்ஃபீரியர் ஓவரி கொஞ்சம் கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க இந்த இதில். சிகேசிஏ, ஃபெபேசிஏ, சொலனேசியே எல்லாமே வந்து சுப்பீரியர் ஓவரி தான். ஜிக்கு கீழே ஜி வந்து கோடுக்கு மேலே இருந்தாங்கன்னா சுப்பீரியர் ஓவரி. அப்படின்னு ஞாபகம் எல்லாத்துக்குமே. அடுத்து family having racemose inflorescence is Fabaceae. Family having zygomorphic flower, Fabaceae. NCERT family which have unisexual flower is none. எல்லாமே வந்து bisexual. None. All are bisexual. None. All the bisexual. In Fabaceae, calyx and corolla institution is dash and dash respectively. Valvate or imbricate axillary. Valvate or imbricate axillary. In potato family, calyx and corolla institution is dash and dash. Valvate both. Tepal in dash have dash institution. Liliaceae have valvate institution. Gamma surplus condition is seen in Fabaceae and Solanaceae. Androecium is attached to axillary whorls in Solanaceae to petals and Liliaceae to tepals. Solanaceae to petals and Liliaceae to tepals. Liliaceae to tepals. Solanaceae to petals and Liliaceae to tepals. Stamens number in Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae respectively. In Fabaceae 10, Solanaceae 5 and Liliaceae 6, 3+3. 10, 5, 6, 3+3. 10, 5, 6, that is 3+3. Diadelphous anther diathecus is present in Fabaceae. NCERT family having inferior ovaries, none, all are superior. Carpels in Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae are respectively dash. 1, 2, 3. Locules in Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae are respectively 1, 2, 3. Syncarpus family, Solanaceae and Liliaceae. Swollen placenta is present in Solanaceae. Axial presentation family, Solanaceae and Liliaceae. Fruit of Fabaceae is legume. Fruit of Solanaceae is berry or capsule. Fruit of Liliaceae is capsule, rarely berry. Solanaceae have non-endospermous seeds. False. It have endospermous seeds. Family having non-endospermous seeds is Fabaceae. Economic importance. Medicines found in Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae respectively are In Fabaceae, Muliaceae, Solanaceae, Belladonna, and Ashwagandha. Liliaceae, Aloe. Fabaceae in Muliaceae, Solanaceae, Belladonna, and Ashwagandha. Liliaceae, Aloe. Fabaceae, Muliaceae, and Solanaceae, Belladonna, Ashwagandha. Liliaceae, Aloe. Ornamental in Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae respectively are Fabaceae lupin, sweet pea, Solanaceae petunia, lily, glorioso, tulip. Fabaceae lupin, sweet pea, Solanaceae petunia, lily, gloriosa, tulip. Fabaceae lupin, sweet pea, Solanaceae petunia, lily, Liliaceae gloriosa, tulip. Pulses in Fabaceae example: gram, arhar, sim, moong, soybean. Gram, arhar, sim, moong, soybean. Gram, arhar, sim, moong, soybean. Food in Solanaceae: potato, tomato, brinjal. Potato, tomato, brinjal. Potato, tomato, brinjal. Food in Liliaceae: asparagus, allium cepa. Asparagus, allium cepa. Asparagus, allium cepa. Food fodder in Fabaceae: Trifolium sesbania. Trifolium sesbania. Trifolium sesbania. Edible oil in Fabaceae: soybean, groundnut. Soybean, groundnut. Soybean, groundnut. Dyes and fibers found in Fabaceae are Indigofera, sun hemp. Indigofera, sun hemp. Indigofera, sun hemp. Spices of Solanaceae: chili. Chili. Tobacco comes from dried leaves of dash found in dash family. Nicotiana tabacum, Solanaceae family. Nicotiana tabacum, Solanaceae family. Nicotiana tabacum, Solanaceae family. Dash yield colchicine used in dash. Colchicum autumnale, doubling of chromosomes. Colchicum autumnale, doubling of chromosomes. Colchicum autumnale, doubling of chromosomes. Example of Liliaceae: glorioso, aloe, tulip, asparagus, colchicine. Glorioso, aloe, tulip, asparagus, colchicine. Gloriosa, aloe, tulip, asparagus, colchicine.